Does the Smithsonian Institution not mention anything positive about American history? That's what President Donald Trump said in an August 19th Truth Social post. He said the museums and libraries were, quote, woke, and that they only focus on, quote, how bad slavery was. He said the Smithsonian doesn't feature successes in the United States. So PolitiFact sent 2 fact-checkers to the Smithsonian to see if Trump was right.
We thought it was one of the rare times that we could really do an in-person fact check.
We were also interested in this statement because it's also been tied to some actions the administration has taken. What Trump thinks and says is in the museum could be really relevant to what is in them.
We chose 3. They were 3 of the 4 most popular, most visited. It's a pretty big challenge for a curator to put together an exhibit on something as complicated and multifaceted and difficult as encapsulating the entire American experience. There were some elements that somebody like the president or his supporters might find a little bit jarring. Some discussions of trans athletes, for instance, in the National Museum of American History. In general, though, you really had to sort of be on the lookout for stuff like that. And then at the Air and Space Museum, it's all about American science and American innovation and American achievements consistently over decades.
I visited the National Museum of African American History and Culture. A lot of what he emphasized in his statement was there was no celebration of success, no celebration of accomplishments of people. That was very in contrast to what I saw. The top 2 floors of the museum are entirely dedicated to celebrating accomplishments of Black Americans. Trump also mentioned in his statement that there was only a focus on slavery in the museum. That is not the case at all. There is an entire floor dedicated to the period of enslavement and the fight for freedom, but that is only one part of the museum. He's aware of what's in the museum. He's been there.
I'm deeply proud that we now have a museum that honors the millions of African American men and women who built our national heritage.
And now his perspective on it is entirely different.
In this case, all he had to do was go visit and see what this was all about. Instead, he gave a sweeping indictment.
The Smithsonian is a huge network of museums with a very diverse collection about science, history, art, and to paint all of their collections as one thing is just misrepresenting.
We rate Trump's statement about the Smithsonian pants on fire. Here's something from a politician you think we should check? Send it to us at truthmeter@politifact.com.